If you see these 13 symptoms, do an HIV test immediately. Globally, as of 2023, approximately 39 million people are living with HIV, with women accounting for about 53% of this total, highlighting a significant gender disparity in HIV prevalence compared to men. This implies that globally, the number of women living with HIV is higher compared to men. Right? Is this true, guys? And why? But here in United States, as of the end of 2023, approximately 1.2 million people were living with HIV. Among them, 258,000, or about 23%, were women, and the remaining 942,000 were men. This is opposed to the global statistics I gave you earlier, right? Why is the opposite true for men in the USA compared to women? Are American men more playboys compared to men outside the USA? Let's find out in the video. Before anything else, what is HIV and how does it affect your body? Well, imagine a tiny warrior, invisible to the naked eye, sneaking into your body without a sound. This microscopic invader doesn't announce its arrival with loud alarms or dramatic explosions. Instead, it silently moves through your bloodstream, a ghostly presence that can transform lives in ways no one expects. For instance, in 1991, the sports world stood still when NBA legend Magic Johnson revealed his HIV-positive status. At the peak of his basketball career, with millions of fans watching, he became more than an athlete. He became a global messenger of hope and understanding. "I'm going to be a spokesperson for the HIV virus," he declared, turning his personal health challenge into a powerful platform for awareness. Magic Johnson's announcement was revolutionary. At a time when HIV was shrouded in fear, misunderstanding, and stigma, he humanized the virus. He showed the world that an HIV diagnosis wasn't a death sentence, but a journey of resilience, medical innovation, and human strength. Every year, thousands of people, spanning ages, backgrounds, and geographies, encounter this microscopic challenger. Men, women, and children find themselves navigating a complex health landscape where knowledge becomes their most potent weapon. But here's something most people don't realize. Understanding the early signs of HIV can be your greatest defense. This isn't just a medical story. It's a human story of survival, science, and the incredible power of awareness. Each symptom, each test, each treatment represents a battle in an ongoing war. A war where understanding is the most crucial strategy. Before we go further, let's know bits of important HIV statistics. Globally, less than 1% of the population is affected by HIV, highlighting the epidemic's relatively low prevalence on a worldwide scale. Approximately 38 million individuals across the globe are currently living with HIV, underscoring the ongoing importance of awareness and treatment efforts. In the United States alone, around 1.2 million people are diagnosed with HIV, reflecting a significant public health concern that requires continued attention and resources. The states with the highest prevalence of HIV cases include Florida, Texas, California, and New York, which collectively account for a substantial portion of the nation's HIV-positive population. These regions face unique challenges in addressing the epidemic and providing care and support to those affected. But hey, are women more at risk of HIV infection compared to men? Let's explore it now. Gender differences in HIV transmission and diagnosis. HIV risk factors for women. Biological factors. Women may be at a higher risk for HIV transmission due to several biological factors. The structure of the female genital tract, including a larger mucosal surface area and the presence of intimacy secretions, can facilitate the entry of the virus during unprotected intimacy. Hormonal fluctuations can also affect the susceptibility to infection. Menstrual cycle influence. Research indicates that women may face a heightened risk of HIV transmission at specific phases of their menstrual cycle. For instance, during ovulation, the cervical mucus may be more conducive to viral entry, increasing the likelihood of transmission from an infected partner. Late diagnosis. Women often receive an HIV diagnosis later than men, which can lead to more advanced stages of the disease upon detection. Factors contributing to this delay include social stigma, lack of awareness, and disparities in access to healthcare services. So, women have a higher likelihood of contracting HIV compared to men due to several biological and social factors. Biologically, women are more susceptible during romance because the genital mucosa has a larger surface area exposed to potential infection from semen, which can remain in their genitals for days, increasing the risk of transmission. HIV risk factors for men. Transmission probabilities. Men may experience different probabilities of HIV transmission compared to women, influenced by factors such as the type of intimacy and the viral load of the infected partner. Certain practices, like anal intercourse, carry a higher risk for men, especially if protective measures are not used. Symptom reporting. Studies suggest that men may be more likely to report early symptoms of HIV infection, such as flu-like signs during the acute phase. This tendency could lead to quicker healthcare-seeking behavior compared to women, who might dismiss symptoms or attribute them to other health issues. Testing patterns. There is evidence that men living in urban areas tend to undergo HIV testing more frequently. This discrepancy may be due to better access to healthcare facilities, more health promotion campaigns aimed at men, and an increased awareness about sexual health in urban settings. So, the higher number of men living with HIV in the USA compared to women can be attributed mainly to biological factors and the increased risk of anal intimacy among men who have romance with men. Understanding HIV. More than just a virus. As stated already, HIV, or human immunodeficiency virus, isn't a death sentence anymore. It's a manageable condition that millions live with successfully. But hey, early detection is key. The 3 stages of HIV. Imagine your body as a vast, complex kingdom, and HIV as a microscopic invader planning a strategic takeover. This invasion unfolds in 3 dramatic stages, each with its own unique challenges and transformations. HIV Stage 1. The initial assault, or acute HIV infection. Within 2 to 4 weeks of first contact, the virus launches its initial attack. It's like a surprise military maneuver, catching your body's defense systems off guard. Most people experience this stage as a sudden, intense, flu-like experience. Fever, body aches, extreme fatigue. Your immune system warriors rush to the front lines, mounting a fierce counterattack. During these critical weeks, the virus is multiplying rapidly, spreading through your bloodstream like an invisible network. Your body doesn't yet fully comprehend the intruder, making this stage both critical and vulnerable. HIV Stage 2, the silent war or chronic HIV infection. Now begins a prolonged, almost imperceptible battle. This stage can last several years, a period of quiet warfare where the virus slowly but persistently undermines your immune system's defenses. From the outside, everything might seem normal. You could feel healthy, continue daily activities, with no obvious signs of the microscopic conflict raging within. But beneath the surface, the virus is strategically weakening your immune system. It's like a stealth enemy gradually eroding a fortress's walls, one brick at a time. Your body's defense mechanisms are slowly being compromised, though you might not realize it. HIV Stage 3, the final siege, or the AIDS stage. When the immune system's defenses have been critically damaged, HIV transitions to its most severe stage, AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. At this point, your body's protective shields are dramatically weakened. Imagine a castle with its walls crumbled, its defenders exhausted. Your immune system, once a robust fortress, now becomes vulnerable to opportunistic infections that a healthy body would easily repel. Common illnesses that most people fight off quickly can become life-threatening. This isn't just a medical condition, it's a complex, dramatic journey of cellular warfare, where early detection and medical intervention can dramatically change the narrative. Do you need more? Let's go on, guys. 13 HIV symptoms that demand attention. 1. Extreme fatigue due to HIV. Imagine your body as a once powerful engine suddenly losing its spark. Extreme fatigue isn't just feeling tired, it's a complete energy shutdown. You sleep for hours, yet wake up feeling like you've run a marathon. Muscles feel like they're made of lead, daily activities become mountains to climb. This isn't normal exhaustion. It's your body's first desperate signal that something is changing inside. 2. Fever and night sweats in HIV. Picture a war happening beneath your skin. Sudden high-temperature fevers emerge without warning, like unexpected explosions. Night sweats transform your bed into a swimming pool. You wake up drenched, shivering, with chills racing through your body. These are your immune system's first battle cries, signaling an invisible fight. 3. HIV swollen lymph nodes. Your lymph nodes become unexpected messengers. Painless swellings appear in neck, armpits, and groin. Hard, enlarged, persistent. They're like hidden communication towers, broadcasting that something is disrupting your body's normal operations. 4. HIV and sore throat. A sore throat that laughs at typical treatments. It's not your ordinary cold. This pain persists, making swallowing feel like swallowing broken glass. Standard medicines become useless, and your throat becomes a messenger of deeper changes. 5. Muscle and joint aches in HIV. Imagine your body as a landscape experiencing an invisible earthquake. Widespread pain spreads like a network, mimicking flu symptoms but feeling more profound. Every movement becomes a reminder that something fundamental is shifting. 6. HIV and rapid weight loss. Suddenly, your body begins to change without explanation. No diet, no exercise changes, yet the weight drops dramatically. It's your immune system sending an urgent message, revealing internal challenges. 7. HIV skin rashes. Red and purple spots emerge like unexpected road signs across your body. They're not just rashes, they're visual representations of internal battles, itchy and painful reminders of cellular warfare. 8. Recurring infections in HIV. Your body becomes a vulnerable castle. Pneumonia returns repeatedly, yeast infections become unwelcome guests, skin infections multiply. Each infection is a flag, signaling that your immune defenses are losing their strength. 9. HIV mouth and throat symptoms. White patches appear inside your mouth like unexpected territories. Painful sores transform eating into a challenge. Your mouth becomes a visible map of the invisible changes happening within. As HIV advances to AIDS stage, you may experience the following signs and symptoms. 10. HIV and persistent diarrhea. A relentless condition that lasts weeks, causing rapid weight loss and threatening dehydration. It's like your body is continuously trying to flush out an unseen enemy. 11. HIV neurological changes. Memory becomes a maze. Concentration feels like walking through fog. Potential personality changes emerge. Your brain becomes an unpredictable landscape, reflecting deeper cellular transformations. 12. HIV effects on your eyes. Eyesight becomes an unreliable narrator. Blurriness, sudden changes, potential infections. Your eyes become windows, revealing internal challenges. 13. HIV breathing difficulties. A chronic cough becomes your body's constant soundtrack. Shortness of breath turns simple movements into challenges. Chest pain emerges as a persistent reminder of the internal battle. Remember, these symptoms are signals, not sentences. Early detection and medical support can transform this journey. Additionally, the mentioned symptoms can occur in everybody irrespective of HIV status. But are we nearing a cure for HIV and eliminating the virus? Let's explore recent research studies on HIV cure efforts. HIV cutting-edge research centers. 1. National Institutes of Health, or NIH. Renowned as a global leader in HIV research, the NIH is at the forefront of efforts to understand and combat the virus through a variety of innovative approaches. Researchers are currently exploring advanced gene therapy techniques, aiming to develop therapies that can alter or repair genetic material to inhibit HIV replication. This research not only focuses on immediate treatment solutions, but also on long-term strategies that could potentially lead to a functional cure. The NIH is also engaged in the development of novel treatment strategies that include the use of antiretrovirals and immune modulation therapies to enhance the body's ability to fight the virus and manage infection effectively. 2. Harvard HIV Medical Research Center. At the Harvard Medical Research Center, scientists are delving deep into the realm of genetic modifications to find new ways to combat HIV. Their research is centered around innovative techniques to disable the virus effectively, minimizing its ability to reproduce and spread within the host. This includes pioneering gene editing approaches such as CRISPR-Cas9, which allow for precise alterations in the genetic code. By targeting specific genes associated with HIV's life cycle, researchers hope to develop therapies that not only suppress the virus, but potentially eliminate it from the body altogether. This ambitious research aims to pave the way for breakthroughs that could transform the standard of care for individuals living with HIV. 3. Cutting-edge HIV research at the American Gene Technologies. American Gene Technologies, AGT, is making significant strides in HIV research, particularly through its innovative gene therapy approach aimed at curing the virus. Here are the key developments and breakthroughs from AGT's HIV program. Overview of AGT's HIV research. AGT's HIV cure program takes a groundbreaking approach by employing gene therapy to potentially eradicate the virus. This innovative method focuses on the modification of a patient's own CD4 T cells, which are crucial components of the immune system. By enhancing these cells' functions and abilities, the therapy aims to strengthen the immune response against HIV. The gene therapy process involves several steps, beginning with the extraction of CD4 T cells from the patient. These cells are then genetically modified in a controlled environment, equipping them with the necessary tools to better recognize and combat HIV. Once modified, the cells are reinfused into the patient, where they can proliferate and potentially restore the immune system's ability to naturally control and suppress the virus. The ultimate goal of AGT's program is to achieve a functional cure for HIV, meaning that patients could maintain viral suppression without the ongoing need for lifelong antiretroviral therapy, or ART. By targeting the underlying mechanisms of HIV persistence and enhancing the body's innate defenses, AGT envisions a future where individuals can live free from the constraints of daily medication and the health challenges associated with chronic HIV infection. Clinical trials. AGT is actively conducting a Phase 1 clinical trial for a novel treatment referred to as AGT-103T. This trial focuses on the administration of a single dose of autologous CD4 T cells, which are immune cells harvested from the patient's own body. These T cells have been genetically engineered to improve their efficacy against HIV. The primary objective of this study is to evaluate the safety, tolerability, and preliminary effectiveness of these modified cells in enhancing the body's immune response to the virus. Participants are closely monitored throughout the trial to assess any potential side effects and to gather comprehensive data on the treatment's impact on HIV resistance. Key milestones in clinical trials. Year-round trial timeline, August 2020. The FDA approved AGT to begin clinical trials. November 2020. The first participant was enrolled. May 2021. The first participant received the AGT-103T infusion. December 2021. Initial results showed blood markers indicating efficacy in participants. July 2022. Participants began a process of withdrawing from ART to evaluate their immune response. August 2023. A follow-up study was initiated to assess the effects of an analytical treatment interruption, or ATI, on immune response. Efficacy indicators. Early results from the trials have shown promising indicators of efficacy, with participants demonstrating critical blood markers associated with immune response against HIV. American Gene Technologies Future Directions. Next steps. Following the completion of Phase 1A trials, AGT plans to initiate a Phase 1B trial in 2024, which could be pivotal for advancing their treatment toward broader clinical application. Potential impact. If successful, AGT's gene therapy could significantly reduce or eliminate the reliance on ART for individuals living with HIV, representing a transformative shift in how the virus is managed and treated. HIV testing and prevention. Understanding HIV testing is crucial for effective prevention and management of the virus. Below are comprehensive details regarding the types of HIV tests available and important considerations regarding the HIV window periods. Types of HIV tests. 1. HIV blood tests. Standard blood tests. These tests require a sample of blood to be drawn and are sent to a laboratory for analysis. They can detect HIV antibodies and antigens, providing a comprehensive view of a person's HIV status. Labs perform different tests. Common types include enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, or ELISA, and Western blot, which are considered highly accurate but take longer to return results. 2. HIV oral swab tests. These tests collect saliva using a swab that is rubbed along the gums. They are less invasive and can be conducted in various settings. Typically, results are available within 20 to 40 minutes. Limitations. HIV oral swab tests. While convenient, these tests may be less sensitive in detecting HIV compared to blood tests, particularly during early infection stages. 3. HIV rapid tests. Rapid tests can be performed either through blood or finger prick or venipuncture or oral swab. They are designed to provide quick results, usually in 20 minutes or less. Accuracy of HIV rapid tests. Though they have a high rate of sensitivity, confirmatory testing with a more traditional method is often recommended for positive results. HIV window periods. The window period refers to the time following potential exposure to the virus, during which standard tests may not yet accurately detect HIV. This period varies based on the type of test. Antibody tests typically have a window period of 23 to 90 days. Antibodies may take time to develop to detectable levels. Antigen antibody tests can usually detect HIV sooner, typically within 18 to 45 days. Nucleic acid tests, or NAT. These tests can potentially detect HIV the fastest, usually within 10 to 33 days post-exposure, but are more expensive and less commonly used for routine screening. It is recommended to get retested after the window period has passed, especially after potential exposure, to ensure accurate results. Regular testing is imperative for those at higher risk or those who have engaged in behaviors that may lead to HIV exposure. By understanding these testing methods and their window periods, individuals can take proactive steps in HIV prevention and treatment. All right, guys, HIV isn't a story of fear. It's a story of resilience, science, and hope. By understanding symptoms, getting tested, and supporting research, we can transform lives. Remember, early detection saves lives. Stay informed, stay healthy.